Why is it sideways? Why? Okay, hang on a minute. What does it? Let me see what this. Let me try and see. What does this button do? Oh, no. Okay. How? Okay. All right. So no problem. What if I auto? If I auto rotate on my phone, does that change? Oh, here we go. Oh my god, I'm basically an IRL streamer, chat. Alright, fantastic. Well, I'm so glad we found a workaround. Okay, so... No, it's still... Wait, hang on. I don't actually... Actually, I think that's actually pretty good quality. You think? Alright, so I've realised it's cutting out on my computer because I'm watching it on my computer via the Wi-Fi, but I'm streaming from my phone data. So, I can read the chat. And what we're going to do is I'm going to lightly do my makeup. And then we're going to go to the bathroom. And we're going to wash my brushes in the sink. That's what we're going to do today. Because there's a solution for everything. And if today's stream has to be scuffed, then today's stream has to be scuffed. Okay? For some strange reason, my internet's fighting me today. So, whatever. Yeah, I'm doing a Ginny stream now. I'm doing my IRL debut. And also, I have to tell you, I don't think there are any alerts on this whatsoever. So we're all just going to have to do an interesting camera angle. Thank you. Yay, a bathroom stream. Exactly right. Wow, don't say I don't treat you guys. Because I do. Welcome back. Thank you. We're going on the school trip to the bathroom. That is exactly where we're going. How exciting. I'm so happy for all of us. What a ridiculous situation. But sure thing, never mind. So I guess we'll do like a mini IRL stream. I don't think I've got that much battery life on my phone though. So we'll figure that out when the time comes to. The lovely ceiling. Thank you, I painted it myself. Why was Mel covered in Nicolas Cage faces? How did Cassie know about that? Live from the bathroom. We are going to be live from the bathroom because I don't know what else to do. I have no idea why it's doing... Oh, hang on. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb because we're going to get a bunch of notifications and it's going to buzz, buzz every single time. Just take your phone charge. My phone charger's plugged into... I don't think the cable will reach. Shockingly. Oh, actually, Carl, I don't know if you know, we don't have sockets in the bathrooms here. Yeah, English people don't have. There's a law about it. You're not allowed to have it. You can't do it. I heard us notify you. I would still actually chat. I'm going to put my lashes on, but here's the oh my god. Now you guys get to... Actually, I think I might have a portable charger downstairs. I might have to go get it. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, there's my stream set up. I look at this plant every single time. Oh yeah, no, we can't have, here we're in the bathroom now. Look, chat, I'm so scared I put something in here, that's like really dodgy. But this is where I keep all my lashes when I take them off. And I put them here, next to my bow staff. My lashes go here. So sometimes when I'm like, oh my God, I need to get some lashes, it's actually because I've stuck them there. Fantastic. Okay, well, great. This is This is the scuffed stream that everyone wanted. I'm so glad we're back in Vanilla Cross 07 era where everything is scuffed. There's so many things we can wash today. We've got wigs to wash, we've got brushes to wash, we've got so many things. So I guess, I mean, why wait? Oh my God, here's my eyelash glue. Did I bring that with me? I don't even remember. Like, let's stick some eyelashes on because they're in here. Bathroom stream today. Hi, Raina. I've got major tech issues. My internet's not interested, so I'm streaming from my phone. Whereas I'm streaming from my phone and I'm in the bathroom and I'm about to wash my brushes. It's a good job. I was planning to wash my brushes anyway. Well, actually, no. I was like, not sure about this internet. I think I'm going to have to wash some brushes just to be sure. So, do you know what? That worked out pretty well. Anyway, onwards to the brushes that we need to clean. Because I have like 600. Your connection got better as soon as you went into the bathroom. From a PC to the bathroom. I mean, look, not a bad shout. I mean, look, there's some solutions. Some ideas are better than others, but you know, I'm not going to say whose. I'm just going to, this is what I catch my hair on every time. You know, when I walk to the bathroom and I go like, oh my God, my hair. It's because I walk past it and I do this. And then my hair gets caught in here and then it pulls off a headpiece. Kyle, thank you so much for gifting. I'm so sorry we've got major scuffed stream and there's no alerts. But thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it's like a hair trap. I don't know if it's more, I think it looks, yeah, let's shut the door so people might think I'm somewhere really cool instead of the bathroom. I feel like I tiled this, chat. Tiled it myself. Oh, Ghost and I both did it. The audio slightly peaks sometimes. Oh no. I don't know how to fix that because I'm just using my phone. Should I stop shouting? It's going to be really hard. When she laughs, when I'm laughing, oh my God, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. That's like being punished for being happy. Hee hee hee. There's a new series of Lara Croft. I think she'll give it her best shot. Sounds cool. Shoulder pads aren't too big either, really. What's the dealio with them? Oh, it's just slightly. Okay, well, I guess it's not the worst. All right, so let's wash. Oh my goodness gracious me. You shouting is your normal voice though. Well, yeah, well, this is exactly my problem. Right, I'm just going to put the towel in the sink and then we're just going to start cleaning, chat, okay? This is the stream. This is how it has to be. I wish it was better, but this is the situation we're in. Hi, Wannabe Dragon, how are you? When he comes in with tea or dinner, that's on the other side of the room. So I doubt it would happen. Get better. This is the alternative solution, Queen. I'm on my phone in the bathroom. Because the internet people said that they could, well, yeah, they said they might have to do a site visit because they can't figure out what's going on. But because it's out of hours, it's hard for them to, I don't know, Ghost was on the phone with them. Anyway, so they said call back again in the morning, and they might have to arrange a site visit. But when they can do the site visit, I don't know. We'll see. Happy little clean brushes. Yeah, so I guess without me intending this to be, this is just going to be a productivity stream. So yeah, I'm just doing this from my phone. This is the solution because I still, chat. Sorry, is it peak? I really wanted to do an unboxing today because my Meta Quest arrived and I was so excited to show you guys. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it arrived. Okay, so I went through so much panic. Praise it Mac. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping it just fixes itself. Because the way that it works, Ghost made a good point, is like, it feels like there's a loose wire. Because it connects and then it's as if it like disconnects slightly. So he was asking if there's been any work done like down the road or something. And it's affected us, and they said that they don't know why it's doing it, so I think that's why they're interested in doing. Point of view, your Mel's mirror. Chat, I did a really stupid, yeah, exactly, I'm really beating the devil out of them. I did a really stupid video with my poison ivy, and I had... Also, my Twitter has been fully scheduled for while I'm away. So I just need to sit. The other ones are a bit more annoying because I have to download it to my phone. Whereas with Twitter, it's so much easier because I can just basically schedule it from my from the PC. So I don't have to download every single video and then deal with the fact that it tells me that I'm running out of storage space. Anyway, so Twitter has been fully scheduled for the entire next week. I'm leaving on Saturday, so my last stream will be on Friday. But now I'm a bit concerned because now I'm like, will I even be able to stream on Friday? It's actually a bit stupid for me to shut this door because I'm dealing with alcohol. Maybe you need a new router. Well, that's kind of that's what Ghost was asking. So I'm hoping that it's only a year old though. Yeah, so I guess we can only hope for the site visit. That's a painty one. But yeah, this is Ginny time now. Airports. Did you know it's actually against the rules to stream in an airport? Loads of people get away with it, but it's actually you're not actually allowed to do that. And the reason why you're not allowed to do that, are you ready for this, chat? Is because one time a streamer did it and their audience community member contacted the airport and told the airport that streamer, the person, whatever, had a bomb, and they had to cancel the flight, and they had to do an investigation. Yeah, so you're not actually allowed to stream in airports. People still do it because I think they don't know, but yeah, so you're actually not allowed to do that. Which I feel like is such an awful thing to do. Yeah, because people like spotting streamers. I just don't really get why it's funny. No, that's what I call stream sniping. That's like the ultimate stream snipe. Yeah, so you're not actually allowed to do it, but I see a lot of people still doing it anyway, and I guess they just don't know because, you know, why would loads of people don't know about that, but yeah, that happened years ago. To not share that you're at an airport with anybody online. Yeah, exactly. Sadly, multiple times that's happened randomly, yeah. So you're not actually allowed to do it, but people still do it. Some people are messed up. Hi Chris, how are you? Yeah, they fully are. Like, the fact that some people find that funny is just insane to me. I remember I was at this dinner once. I don't know how I really ended up there, but I was at this dinner with a bunch of these like big streamers, and I think like Estefan was there. I don't know, anyway, whatever. And one of them was doing an IRL stream, and we were all in the taxi, And they knew it was really bad news because hi, presently, how are you? The taxi driver, the Uber, turned and confirmed the name of the restaurant. And they said later, they were like, oh, I knew that was just it. I knew something bad was going to happen. Anyway, we get to the restaurant, we're all sat down, and then the waiters are coming up to us and they're like, oh, so and so's on the phone. They're asking for you. And we had to tell the staff, like, can you tell them that we changed our mind and we left? And then they had to just like, I'm glad. I think they stopped the stream before that, but yeah. Sometimes there's kids who do it too. Yeah, awful. And yeah, it's just, oh god, it made me realise like how scary some people can be, and they probably just thought it was really funny, but like being on the other end, that's terrifying, isn't it? Use your normal hair, really? She's never had a mini before too, so I'm looking forward to her release. When is she being released? I hope we managed to get through quite a lot of brushes today. That would be really nice. Hi Melina, how are you? What's going on? My internet is completely cutting out. I've had loads of tech issues, so I decided to. So I've crashed out. I'm streaming from my phone, and I'm washing my brushes in my bathroom because I still want to stream, and so this was my solution. This was the only thing I could figure out how to still stream. Maybe mid-October. That's actually quite soon. The worst is probably when like you would leak an address. Yeah, I get why a lot of streamers would want to live behind like gated communities and stuff. It makes sense. I'm looking pretty cool, thank you. You look pretty cool too. But yeah, some people can be scary. Do you know, I always feel like it's really weird on... Oh, I don't know how to get rid of the notification thing. Anyway, whatever. I always think it's really weird when I stream and there's no music. But equally, I feel like I watch so many IRL streamers and that's just so normal. I don't know why I think it's really weird when I do it. I watch IRL streamers and I don't see it as a problem. That's the problem, isn't it? It just takes one person. Hi, Fuji, how are you? Because sometimes you see it where like there'll be someone who's a smaller streamer, and say they've got like 2 or 3 viewers, and like that's totally fine. But then one of them just ruins it for the rest. Sometimes the streamers play bad music, and then you're stuck with it. Yeah, like me. Scuff stream. Yep, internet issues. Exactly, having internet issues today. So I'm streaming from my phone. That's my solution because I still want to stream. So this is what we're doing today. Where are you from? The UK. I'm British. It's like the concept of you can go to swimming pool and 99% of the water is... Oh, don't even! Your music's been fine. It has to be, Chris, because I have bought the license for all of it. I think it cost me like 250 quid for the licenses for all of those songs. So that's the songs that we've been listening to for the past 5 years. I was going to find some more and update it, but I couldn't be bothered. He described it more eloquently than I did. That's a nice way to put that. It's so ingrained in me that I don't even notice it anymore. Do you know what? Also a good thing. There's one song, and I always feel like you guys might not know the song very well because it has the beginning of it. I always play it right at the very beginning of my stream, and I don't think it plays that often because it's the very first song. Ludwig. I think I've heard of Ludwig. I feel like maybe I looked into their stuff before and I didn't quite like it. I usually prefer instrumental. Like maybe can we make a new word and it's like instrumental, but it's instrumental? Can we make that? There has to be something in that. Anyway. I should have a look again. There's some pretty, yeah. So actually, Fuji, do you know that was the most annoying thing? There was some that I was listening to, and it was said it was license free. And then when I dug into it a little bit more, and please understand, this was the most ridiculously infuriating thing I've ever read in my life. With the drum part, I'm actually not sure. Maybe you're right. It said it was like copyright free and I could use it, and then it told me but I could only do that if I bought a license. And that was in the small print, and I hadn't read some of the small print. Yeah. So it was very silly. That doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. But alas, here we are. I need 3 trophies to get platinum, but then multiplayer, and I can't fudge because of the. Oh, do you know what? I know it's not. I know you don't get the actual trophy, but if I get all the trophies or all of the achievements in a game and the rest are multiplayer, as far as I'm concerned, I've platinumed the game. Because I don't want to play multiplayer. I have no interest in the multiplayer. So no, I'm not doing it. Oh well, that's tricky. It's very silly, wasn't it? You just said it's not. If you could get a free license for any singer, band, or game series music catalogue. I don't really think there's any one person. I think I'd get tired of just listening to the same person over and over again. I just want to have more instrumental stuff, I think, because I find it gets a bit confusing sometimes if I'm listening to something and then there's lyrics. It feels like I'm talking over someone. No. Yeah? No, I'm using my phone. Ghost made me jump. I think he's trying to fix the internet again. Multiplayer trophies should be in a separate thing. Too complicated, yeah, it's a bit stressy. It's a bit silly, isn't it? I figured you'd say the Tomb Raider music series. No. It would have been. But I'm a bit disappointed in the composer. The composer... Peachy, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know what happened. Yeah, the compose, even the stream is disappointed. I'm glad. I love you all went for it, and I'm very proud of you all. Yeah, so I met the composer at one point. I think we were friends on Facebook. I deleted my Facebook account since then, and it happened so quickly that myself and a bunch of other people thought his accounts had been hacked. He was like, and forgive me, we're not going to go down that route, but as I'm sure you can imagine, I was disappointed. COVID was never real. It was a conspiracy theory that's been made up. People never really died. It just went suddenly like what are you even talking about? Oh no. Yeah, and I was like, mate, like, and so and yeah, I could see people responding to it like, have you been hacked? Are you okay? And he was like, I'm finally telling the truth. Like, why? Of course I haven't been hacked. And then in the end, and I unfollowed him because I was like, I just don't even want to see this. I'm so confused and I'm so lost. And then my friend, who is also a 2-minute fan, a few months later messaged me and went, what happened? What happened to Nathan McCree? And I was like, oh my God, like, you've noticed it too. And then he was like, this is so insane. And then, yeah, and so I just suddenly, yeah, just crazy. Yeah, all right, yeah. I was like, okay. So, I don't know. And so I feel like if I was going to buy the music library, a lot of the money might end up going to him. And I wouldn't want to help to fund that personally, because that's very something I'm against. Like, that was a really devastating thing to happen to a lot of people. A lot of people lost people from that. So I was just like, no. Has the internet settled now? Hi, frequency. It hasn't. I'm using my phone. But my phone just got out too. I'm having a really bad tech day. Go back in time. Oh my God. Oh, see, there's so many things I was so excited to talk to you guys about today. Zero, I loved that you took notes, and I loved reading your notes. I actually completely forgot that Harley Quinn was in the film. So when I was upon reading your notes, I was like, sorry, what's happening? And you reminded me of that too, because I was like, this just isn't fair. Like, she's just not interested, and she should just say that instead of like trying to like lead this guy on. From the art, if you like the music, then you like the music. I think that maybe works for some people, but it doesn't work for me, because I don't want to fund something and fund somebody that I actively like really disagree with. If that works for you, that's great for you, but it doesn't work for me. So yeah, your notes on About Time I thought were really funny. I especially found it. Okay, so this is what I was saying before. If you guys watched About Time, the uncle he stays with is such an awful person, and it got me. I was like at a point I was watching. I was like, why are you helping him? I appreciate you're just trying to be nice, but like, for what? What's the point? Like, for what reason? So that shows, yeah, it's just not for you, and that's fine. That's understandable. So, yeah, I appreciated your input on the film. He was awful. I didn't really understand why, like, he seemingly was, like, trying to help him so much. Guys, if you've watched the film About Time, it's about this guy who time travels. And I didn't even pick up on the thing. Your phone microphone is not loving life. There's not really much else I can do, sorry. The thing that I didn't pick up on was apparently only the guys can do it, but yes, he did take his sister back. I don't think we should separate. Yeah, exactly. It's not really. Not for me. But he did take his sister back, and it didn't make any sense. So I was like, what the... What's happening? Like, I felt so confused by so much of it. It just, none of it made sense. Yeah, they broke basically every rule that they made. The only thing that I could kind of, because the thing that got me was like, where are they when they do the time? Like, are they gone for a few seconds? I assume they were gone for a few seconds, and like that was that. But yeah, I wasn't sure what was actually happening while they were apparently gone. Yeah, it's About Time. Have you seen it, Queen? Or you just keep hearing me slagging it off. Yeah, it was stressing. It just doesn't. Yeah, like upon watching it, and I know you're not meant to look into it too deep at all because it's just a rom-com. I completely understand that, and normally I wouldn't, but I felt like some of it was just so kind of a bit irritating that I was just like, no, no, this doesn't make any sense. The film about a young man with the ability to time travel who tries to change his past in the hopes of improving his future. Yes. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of stuff with. I appreciate it's time travel and it's not real, and I know that. And the only thing is that I think it still has to make some kind of sense. Always irk me in some way. Yeah. So Chris, if you watch the film that so Zero has makes a lot of like time travel jokes, but has also discussed in the channel about like how some of it would kind of work. So we've discussed it before. The film About Time doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I watched it and it really annoyed me because I don't really subscribe to a lot of the time travel stuff, but it even bothered me. What's the one with Justin Timberlake? Justin Timberlake and Amanda? The Amanda Show? I think it's just called Time. Well, in About Time, they they just don't make a lot of sense. Most scientific movies don't stick to their own rules. Right? It's hard to tell a kind of story without plot holes. Yeah, I think as a story, it's cute. It's all right. It's fine. There's another one, In Time. Oh, where the people pay for the things with time. Oh, like that Madonna video. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Yeah, basically the About Time. If you look at it completely, just if you just look at it at face value for what it is, it's cute. It's a rom-com. It's nice. If you look at any of the time travel parts and think about it for just a second too long, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's and I don't subscribe to a lot of the time travel stuff. So for me, even for me to be like, hang on a minute, I didn't like it. Certain age, an internal clock turns on, and that time is how much. Oh, right, got you. Yeah, so in About Time, he finds out he can time travel by going into a wardrobe and squeezing his eyes and his hands really, really tight, and then he can change parts of his past. But in doing that, okay, but also. In doing that, I don't know if you thought this, Sarah, in doing that, I was kind of like, okay, you're kind of like borderline harassing this girl. Like, it's kind of like getting a bit much. Because I was thinking to myself, if she found out what you did to get her attention, if I found that out about someone, I would be like, you did what? I was like, dude, you're basically following her. Like, leave her alone. Predestination. I haven't heard of that one. What's predestination? But the super rich get money, the poor people get like 30 years or until the, oh really? So then, oh right. But yeah, that In Time sounds like it's an interesting concept. It sounds different. She would hate him. Exactly. That's what I was. Okay, chat. So, new question. How do we stop my phone from overheating? think my phone is overheating. I think it keeps overheating, chat. And I realise how do IRL streamers deal with that? No, I actually ran a towel underneath some cold water, rinsed, and then dried that out a bit and put that behind it. Yeah, like if you just take it at face value, it's a cute story, and I think I need to do that because there's too many parts to it. Sorry, chat. I know we're having such a terrible tech day. What a terrible tech day. I took my phone out of the case as well. I don't know if that'll help, but I probably won't. But I thought I might as well just try. The worst case is, like, we just try again tomorrow. I've seen worse, this is fine. I just feel bad at cutting out all the time. Time cop. The storyteller say the rules consistent, that it never even tries to stick to them. It doesn't stick to the rules. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna watch another time travel film. Because I think I watched About Time like 9 months ago and it still annoys me. Because I just catch myself thinking about it. Oh, it's actually bad. I thought because you said it was good. To con a woman to fall in love with him that she's already met somebody that she really liked, but then he got her to hate him. Yeah. No, actually we have not, Queen. My mum read that book and I don't know anything about it. All I know is that my mum read it and it was started off as a book. Oh, chat, I read this really lovely book and it's called Notes on a Nervous Planet, and it made me feel validated in quite a lot of different places. And then I was like, wow, that's so good, because my therapist recommended it to me, and honestly, it was so great. And then I didn't realise, but then I didn't realise this because I kind of just ran into another book that I thought was going to be about like architecture or something. Anyway, the next book I read was about serial killers, and I didn't realise it was really dark and anyway, Strange Houses. Stranger Than Fiction? No. No, I haven't heard of it. The Hot Tub Time Machine. The Hot Tub Time Machine sounds like it might have better rules. They got the fact that he couldn't go back in time correct. I like the fact that they didn't. I think 12 Monkeys is the best 12 Monkeys and serial killers. She gets so upset, but then she keeps watching. Oh my god, yeah, I couldn't. It was a book called Strange Houses, and I thought they were going to look at floor plans and just be like, this house is really weird, and I completely misunderstood. But I mean, like, whatever. I read it in like 4 or 5 hours. It was all right. It was only like 300 pages long, and most of it was like floor plans. But then everything she writes, he does, like Alan Wake. Met his younger self and shot him so that he could have 2 of his favourite gun. And how did that work out, Biscuit? Yeah, oh, sorry. Can somebody please tell RBC what's happening? Because RBC is deaf and relies on the closed captions, but because I don't have my PC, I don't have any closed captions today. Thanks, Kyle. Will Ferrell plays the main role. Usually is silly, but it's one which is actually quite serious. The one that I'm always surprised whenever I see an actor who's normally really silly play a serious role. And the one that I saw last was the Amityville Horror House or something with Ryan Reynolds. It was really weird, like watching him be pretty serious. The invention of lying, where the world is one where everyone is always honest and everyone believes them because of it, but the one guy figures out he can lie. Whoa. That movie was so good. Which one? Back to the Future? I haven't seen it. Tom Cruise and Top It Thrown. It was funny because it was so out of character. I haven't seen it. Comedic actors tend to do quite well in drama. Do they? I don't know. I mean, you guys know I barely watch films. Get all of this gunk. Did that film that came out, was it good? The one about it had Liam Neeson in it being silly. It's like a more recent one. It was. Others hated it. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Naked Gun. Oh, poor RBC. Bad tech issue day. No way, Hulk. That's pretty cool. We've washed quite a lot of brushes so far, chat. Done really well. Yay. Hi, Les Banana. How are you? Just thought we'd check up on you because noticed that you disappeared suddenly. So just wanted to make sure you're okay. But that's fine. How's No Man's Sky? Are you thoroughly addicted? I'm having major tech issues, Les Banana. So I'm on my phone streaming from the toilet. The stream will go on. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Washing my brushes in the toilet. Do you know what? I always knew. Call back the army, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's more so like if somebody was here all the time and then they just suddenly pack up and disappear. I'm like, okay, it's totally fine if they've decided that my stream isn't for them. But I've had a few cases where I do that a lot. No problem. I've just had a few cases where the person was actually not okay. And they never came back. So that's kind of why I'm like, are you okay? And then vanished for a year. Got you. Okay. Well, we'll probably still check because, yeah. An interesting title of the movie is Source Code. A guy keeps playing back in time, trying to work out who placed the bomb on the train, and it keeps exploding, so he has to keep going back to work out where the bomb is and who placed it. Oh my god. Like, so each time, what if it kills him and then he can't go back in time anymore because he's dead? Is that a risk? Borderlands 4 is out soon. It is. Bank. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people getting excited about Borderlands 4. But I still haven't played Borderlands 3, so... I've done the beginning. things near a nice base. Lisbon, one time on The Sims, I made a house for Ghost and and I was really proud of it. I'm not very good at making houses in The Sims. And I showed it to Ghost, and Ghost didn't like it, and then we didn't have a falling out, but we couldn't agree on it. So what we decided to do was Ghost built a house on the same load. I picked up the house and moved it as far to the side as I could, and then Ghost built his own house. Well, he built our house on the other side, and honestly, it looked loads better. Anyway, and then we didn't, and then I was still annoyed about it, so we just built a bridge connecting the two. In the Truman Show. Sometimes when I think about the Truman Show, it makes me feel like, it makes me think of some influences. But with the Truman Show, it's interesting because I think sometimes with the rise of things like CCTV and people constantly filming, I think a lot of people get a little bit conscious that they might always be on camera in a way. I'm not saying everyone feels like this, but I think some people kind of feel a little bit like, oh my god. Makes it even funnier somehow, right? Inside, no, I haven't. Ahead of its time with the live streaming thing. Yeah, it was cool. Because they know how to get in touch with the dark side, and that's why they end up in comedy. What do you think? Gives me Black Mirror vibes now. Yeah. I feel like some people treat their lives like the Truman Show. It's not for me, but I can see why some people might subscribe to that kind of idea. The Circle, no. She doesn't stream, then she'll get lazy. I think that's interesting. I don't know. For me, I was just trying to think if there was a other motivator for myself, but I don't really think so. You know. By the way, if it cuts out, just please know that it's my phone just overheated, and I just need to give it a second and. Or it's just done something. Oh, that's a cute emote. Is that a global one? I haven't been keeping up with them. She says that chat keeps her accountable. I don't think I would have done as many makeup looks if I hadn't become a streamer. So I used to only do a Saturday paint, and I think mine's a little bit different though, because I couldn't really escape my job, and Twitch gave me a way to escape. Oh, it's Vitani's cutie. Vitani looks cute. It's great. It kind of gave me a way to get out of the job that I was in. So I feel like mine's a bit different. Is it buffering? I need to go get my water. Poor phone, it's doing its best, I know. It's alright for you. Oh, well, that's not bad. I think my phone's been better since I put it against the towel. Yeah, no, for real, because I don't know what I would have done. I could probably turn off a lot of these lights, you know, save some power. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done, because I went into graphic design and I convinced myself that was what I wanted to do for my life. And I was wrong. I was so wrong. It feels like we're a 100-person video call. It's like I do feel like an IRL streamer. Les Banana! You didn't see my new Tomb Raider doll! I'm not sure if I get another one. Look at her. What do you mean, oh no? Look at her. Look at her hands. Look at her shoulders. Look at the broken leg. That's the one I want. I know, right? And I said to chat, I'm not buying it without the actual packaging, because if I don't buy it with the packaging, no one's going to believe me that it was an official doll. I can turn this fan off as well because it's like pointing in the right direction. Those eyes. Those scary eyes. Oh. They fell down there. Oh my god. Okay. Stream. God, I also found my effigy under here. Find out where to put it. Put it somewhere better. Oh my god! Oh my god, chat! Oh no! This is such... Hang on a minute. Wait. Cover some boxes. Just checking. This is my wig wardrobe. Look, see all of the props. I'm working on a shield. There's the squirrel girl tail. There's all my Harley Quinn hammers. And then in here, these are all of my wigs. There's the wig head. And then there's all of my like miniature props. And then down there is where I keep the swords and the foam. That's where I keep the spare paper. The what? Yeah, I made a squirrel girl tail. I just haven't made the ears yet. It's all done. It's all done. Yeah, and then this is where I keep my SFX stuff in here. And then when I'm not streaming, I put all my brushes and stuff in here. The NDA. No, there's no NDAs in here. I love the spear. Oh, thank you. That one I made for Rogue. It's a broom handle and I stuck that on the end. Spare eyelashes. The spare eyelashes are down here, yeah. Any skeletons? I did make a skeleton hand once actually, but I wasn't sure what to do with it afterwards. I was just playing around with... There's a skull here. There's a skull there, and then there's this skull here. Yeah, it's kind of... Oh, yeah, and then I've got some masks in here. That's where I keep, like... Oh, my God. Yeah, so, okay, so this is my issue. So here's the thing, chat. It's like, these are my other props. And I really struggle to organise them. These are the balloons that I use for when we do party streams. And then these are just props. And then in here, it's electrical equipment. There's a bird cage, and I bought that to fit over my head once. And I was really disappointed because it actually doesn't fit over my head. So I've been like waiting to try and figure out a design since. Yeah, it's a lot of work to tidy it. I'm waiting for a body to show up somewhere in the frame. I'm on a list somewhere because one time I was Googling on Amazon where I could buy a body bag. It was a foolish thing to do. I was aware of that after I did it when I was like, why aren't there any on? Hear me out, a bigger bird cage. Like, here's the thing. I didn't want to buy another bird cage. I was like, what am I going to do now? Hamster cage. I'm still trying to figure out like I haven't thought about it for a long time, but I need to try and think of some kind of bird makeup look or something. I want to use this. I want to do something insane with that bird cage. I initially bought it to cover my head, and unfortunately I've just got a medically large head, so it doesn't fit. You can buy a fake bird and put it in the bird cage and paint yourself as a stand. Just like... There's a list. No, for real, and it's so bad because I Google things and I'm not thinking straight because I'm like, okay, so I need this, this, and this because I'm trying to make props for a project that I'm working on. Do you know how many... I did not think about it at all until somebody mentioned it, but when I've been making things, one of the first things I was doing, Tiny Tina's hat, and I was Googling, trying to find STL files for bombs and C4, because on her hat, she's got explosives. So I was like looking for a model that looked like a C4, so I could put it on this hat. And I was obviously like not finding anything. And then after a while, I think I was mentioning it to someone. They're like, "You probably shouldn't be Googling this stuff." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I'm on lists. I've been searching for body bags. I've been searching for C4. I've been searching for like explosives. But it's only because I wanted a shell to like stick it to things like props and stuff. And ultimately, if they do look at my entire search history, it would be absolutely insane. I think they would realise what I was actually doing. But upon certain things, no. For Googling best meth ingredients, yeah, yep. Governments are like, why is there suddenly a rise in everyone wanting to start cooking? We're all on the same list because we're here. Does the bird cage go on top of the C4 hat? God, it could have been. I threw the C4 hat away in the end because I had it kept in like in my parents' loft, and then it just parts of it like just got a bit gross over time. So when I moved, I was like, oh, I might as well just get rid of it, throw it away. But yeah, so I still haven't figured it out. I'm still thinking though. Gosh, can you imagine if it was actually my fault? And you confirm that you have actually been watching mcross07. You are aware of mcross07's search history and why she has not been approved in the past. Right, okay. So why is it a surprise to you? Oh my god. She was making a Tiny Tina hat. Do you like a catalogue of what you've done so far, other than Instagram? No. No. Searching on how to find one. No, for real though. I live up to my name. It would be cool if you made something. Yeah, I don't know though. I don't know what I would really do. If I was going to do something, it has to require no effort. And obviously there's going to be some effort, but I mean like no effort because I'm already behind on all of my videos on social media anyway. So I don't know, I'm like, the stuff on the gallery on the stream is so outdated. I'm currently working on like this other video as well, and it's... I think I counted today, and I think minimum I've got 23 other slots to fill on this other video that I'm trying to make. Do you still have your old stuff? Most of it. The stuff that I don't have is like when I was like 14 and I was doing stuff then, and I took photos of it and then I put them all on Facebook and then I deleted my Facebook account. That's the stuff that I don't really have. I don't really mind that I don't have them. I remember a lot of them, but yeah, I don't really have photos of it, I don't think. I like your videos on YouTube where you talk. Like, which ones? I know you're saying where I talk, as in like the ones where I'm explaining what I'm doing. Or I'm explaining what I did in the makeup look. I'm already wearing it. Yeah, both of them. That's interesting. I actually added those ones in as a summary of what I did because people said that they like videos where I talk. I don't like editing videos where I talk. Like I'm doing the process and I'm talking about what I'm doing the entire time. And the reason why usually is because I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, most of the time I'm just kind of like free-willing it. However, one of the things that I find was frustrating was I would do those videos and people would say it's not enough of a tutorial, but in my mind it wasn't really a whole tutorial, and I kind of felt like there's some stuff I can't tell you how to do everything. You've kind of got to like figure some parts out, and so I found those hard to do unless I'm just explaining, oh, I just did this and then I just changed that because I felt like it. So I think doing the summary at the end is a bit easier for me. It also gives me less to edit because it's just me just saying this happened, this is what it looks like, and showcasing the final thing. Oh my god, you know what? That Beetlejuice video, I think it cursed so many of us. That was too catchy. So yeah, I don't mind adding in videos where I'm kind of talking. What I did notice, and obviously it makes so much sense that nobody really, well, a lot of people on my socials don't know my personality and like the way that I talk, and all that shabam. It makes sense. And so I saw in one of my videos where I was kind of like just talking as I normally would and being like, and people were like, oh my God, breathe, oh my God, like what? And I was thinking to myself, like, these people don't know me at all. These people know nothing. Well, I found it kind of funny. I was like, oh damn, like have I really hidden myself that well? They got no clue. So many breathe comments. Yeah, right. I saw these breathe comments and I needed to breathe after laughing so hard. I know, right? I was looking at them and I was like, these people don't know me at all. I found it really funny because I was thinking to myself, like, damn, like, I thought I wasn't speaking that quick. Like, because that's the thing, right? You saw that video and the video is kind of like me just talking normally. But obviously, they're like... But usually that's why I have to put the subtitles on, because I know people can't. Also, another thing that I've learned about subtitles, okay, this is something that I learned while I was doing stuff, is on things like TikTok, if I upload it to TikTok first, I can get free subtitles, aka, not aka, if you didn't know, if you have CapCut, not only is CapCut kind of a bit dodgy now, you have to pay to get access to put closed captions on your stuff, and I think that really sucks, considering it's an accessibility feature. So I was really annoyed about the CapCut thing. Anyway, so my workaround was upload it to TikTok first, do the captions on TikTok, and then TikTok downloads that. I take that video and upload it elsewhere. Yeah, for closed captions as well. So I wasn't a fan. Anyway, so after that, I was like, okay, cool. And then what I learned was when I did it on YouTube, because I thought it would be different, I didn't want to upload like the original thing so it didn't have any compression. When YouTube has puts up my shorts, I realized, because I was looking at I was like analyzing my own accounts and my own stuff, and I learned that I put captions on it via YouTube, and then YouTube puts their own captions over the top, and the captions that they're putting over the top are different. So then you have conflicts. So then I've got two things overlaying what I'm doing. That was kind of like me putting stuff here and then another one here. Oh my God. Yeah, Queen. That, honestly, I found it kind of funny, but I found a way to turn it off. Like, I can follow you when you speak. Thank you. Good. But yeah, overall, it's a bit, the closed captions as a creator, I know they're important. It is a pain point though. The beta version of Premiere Pro is supposed to be able to add and capture automatically now, and I've not tested it yet though. I just don't really trust a lot of it, to be honest with you. I just feel like it's quite tricky to use, and now a lot of platforms, so sometimes it makes me feel a bit conflicted if I should be putting them on or not, because the platforms are now putting them on themselves. So if you watch a YouTube video, it should automatically have closed captions, and I saw the same thing happen on TikTok as well. I haven't seen it happen on Instagram, but then I'm like, so is there much point in me doing it? Because it seems like the platforms are catching up. Go to head outside. Sorry for short station. No, you're totally fine. Say I wear fixation. No problem. I hope it wasn't bad, but yeah, we just wanted to check up on you because that's important, right? So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing because now I'm getting multiple captions overlaid on my videos, but I don't want to not have the closed captions. So yeah, it's a bit silly. If you watch videos on mute, which I do sometimes, not really, because a lot of the time, like Ghost, for instance, so Ghost is Chinese, but he speaks completely fluent English, and then he is British. But sometimes in some things they can be a bit difficult to catch. So for people who have it as multiple languages, it's better to have the closed captions on as well, just to be sure of what certain words are, because some words might, because like for instance, when you learn a language, sometimes it's all well and good you knowing a language, but when somebody knows a language, like I know English, like sometimes I speak a little bit quickly, and some people are a bit like, oh, I didn't quite catch that. But having closed captions improves that and stops that from happening. So you can be like, oh, sorry, what was that? It's why some people are like, I can't hear without my closed captions. It's totally fine. And also, I mean, I have closed captions on most videos as well anyway, because sometimes I'm watching while I'm eating, so I can't always hear everything that they're saying. They can use an AI generation and everyone exploded. Yeah, exactly. What a mess. CapCut, I think CapCut did the same thing where if you upload anything to CapCut, it belongs to them. I don't know if that changed. I don't know, but I was a bit like, ew. So I didn't want to use CapCut anymore. Sometimes you speak quickly. Never seen that. Brand new. So that's why closed captions are really good. They're not only good if you watch stuff on mute. They're good for people who, or maybe they're trying to learn English better, or they're trying to improve in a certain language, and having the closed captions is really helpful. But I guess it depends on the person. It definitely does depend on the person, because I live with Ghost and he needs it. Sometimes I speak a little bit quickly. Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Yeah, so the closed caption thing is a bit of a pain point. Even watching stuff in English, I always have subs on because I mishear so often. There has been a relatively new thing, and I don't want to say phenomenon because I feel like that's completely the wrong thing to say. But there has been a new thing, hasn't there, where in a lot of TV shows and films, the audio balance is not quite right. And it's been a bit confusing that a lot of people prefer to have closed captions on now just to be sure, because sometimes some stuff's a little bit too, like the audio can be a bit all over the place. And I can't remember what it was, but I remember we were talking about it in stream a while back, of people being like, there's some kind of like weird off balance that's happening. About the captions, it creates a lot of work. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like it does create a lot of work, but equally, that's only because people haven't been used to trying to make things accessible. And I would rather, I mean, like we have someone in the community now, while watching, who is deaf, and they rely on the closed captions. So while it might be a bit of extra work, it's worth it because it makes videos more accessible for people. It would be so sad if everything that you watched was like completely muted. where the vocals are quite low. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? But because no one can balance the dialogue with the music. The dialogue is fine, but the music is way too loud. So you turn it down, the music is fine. But now the dialogue is way too low. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying this, and that's why a lot of people have been preferring to have closed captions on. And every single channel has a different audio level. It's so annoying, but I wish there was some kind of universal level that everybody could adjust to. Yeah, you know how it sounds really silly, but can you? I don't know if it's the same because if it still does it, because I don't use it anymore. Do you remember on iTunes where there was a setting and you could change it, so if you have music and it's all different audio levels, it would automatically adjust them all to be roughly the same? There was a setting that you could add in, and I wish the setting was like prevalent now with other stuff because it's really annoying. I wish there was a way that you could remove music from videos, which, yeah, sometimes that's kind of annoying. Sometimes that's why I'm just like, I'd rather just put the captions on myself, because then people are just automatically going to read some of the captions. Because sometimes on my videos, they look really, really, really weird without music. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just put the captions on. But I have heard about that, yeah. Has a stable volume. Does it have a stable volume thing? Maybe we need that for other platforms too. I haven't seen it on YouTube, but that sounds like we're getting somewhere. Ah, so silly. Making these was driven so much tech that everybody uses nowadays. That's the thing, isn't it? For instance, like, actually one of the things that's, like, it makes things, it changes things for people every day. I only learned recently that actually the electric toothbrush was born out of trying to make things more accessible for people who had disabilities. And now, like, millions of people use electric toothbrushes because they find that it's better and they prefer it and it's easier. So in some cases, like, it leads to things being better overall. So it is a bit more effort and it is a pain point for me, but my pain point is not necessarily putting the captions on. My pain point is there much point if the platform's going to put captions over my captions and their captions are different to my captions, and I'm downloading it and I'm doing it differently? That's the thing. Because they're written, but I guess that would cost them the server to compute. I wouldn't even know how it works personally. I've got no knowledge on that, but I'm sure there's a way to figure it out. I have no idea, but yeah, it is definitely something that a lot of people are kind of like, ugh. Oh, but then equally, I found it, like, I was watching this guy reviewing this, like, restaurant, I can't remember, and I found, okay, I don't know, it was a restaurant that was ran by maybe, I think, one person, and I got the impression that they didn't really want him filming there in the first place, but they were like, okay, fine. And I felt so mortified. He literally turned around to the guy and was like, can you turn the fan down? As if to be like, I'm making a video here. Can you, like, turn that down? Can you turn your stuff down for me? And I was just like, Jesus Christ. I would rather just, I think if it was myself, I think I would have just dealt with it and been like, oh, the fan's quite loud. And then been like, the fan's a little bit loud in here, guys. I'm going to put captions on just to make sure that you can definitely hear what I'm saying, because, you know, it's just the way it is. But I was like, I find that a little bit tricky sometimes, Chris. Sometimes the lyrics are a little bit muffled because of the background noise from the music and the instruments. Yeah, I was like, okay, I don't know. That's not what I would have done, but that doesn't mean what I would have done is right. But yeah, that's not a choice I think I would have made. But sure. Chat, we are well on our way with washing these brushes. We're doing a good job. We've washed quite a lot. I'm pretty happy so far. I think we've washed almost half. Yeah, it's really nice. I used it to remove the noise from the dialogue that I do sometimes. That's good. Oh my god, me saying all this on Saturday, because I was 3D printing that mask, right? On Saturday when I was filming my stuff for Poison Ivy, and you know I was filming the videos where I give a summary of what I did, I was like, and then if you can hear a fan in the background, I'm really sorry, so I'm just going to shout loud at you. Because I was like, I can't turn the 3D printer off, so my solution was to just shout. Well, But yeah, I definitely agree that some people's audio levels are all over the place. I'm still in agreement. He absolutely should, Peachy. Absolutely should. I think it would be. I think it would improve it. No offense to Ed, but I think I've maybe done most of the makeup brushes. So anybody who doesn't know, I have to separate my brushes in terms of which ones have makeup on them and which ones have paint on them, because the ones that have makeup on them are very much easier to remove the makeup of, and I use a different product and I use a different method to clean those. And then paint, and the ones that have paint on them they take a lot more work. Oh no, Kyle! Did you just donate? Because I can't see. I'm so sorry. I've got no alerts. I'm in blind here. So sorry. Everything is scuffed, and here I am. Oh, I didn't remove it from my title, did I? Damn. Oh my god, Queen, exactly. But if you do it with like straight alcohol, it comes off so easily. Oh, that's very kind of you though. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm really sorry, I have no idea. What time is it? 23? Oh my god, I've got 1% battery. Are we plugged in? Yeah, I got my. So no, I got a notification on my watch being like, you've got 4% battery, like 10 minutes ago. Damn! Oh, I tripped over. Damn! Now what am I gonna do? I'm UK, so I work in BST. I'm going to unplug it to put my phone case back on. I hope it doesn't... Okay. Yeah, okay, so Chat bought it for me when I was at my parents' place, and it was black, and I thought it was really, really cool, but then I didn't know where to put it because my wall there was black, and I was really sad because I really missed it, so I spray painted it gold, and I think it looks better. Totally forgot about the sign, but yeah, I think it looks a lot better. The background is actually really, really cute. I think the background's really lovely, but you only really see like up to about here, but I think it's really nice. It usually doesn't, no, it doesn't, because it's too high, isn't it? But yeah, I think overall it looks quite pretty. I think my dinner is going to be ready soon anyway, so I wonder what I can do. I feel like we're having a productive stream, so maybe I should find something else that I can like clean or sort out. I wonder what else I can find, chat. Something else I can sort out. Let me have a quick look. my phone in here because of the cable. Unless, can I drag the whole thing over here? How far can I drag this cable? What names are on the microphone? We have V6, we have Mr. Piggy, we have Yanks, we have Zero, and we have Zark. Oh yeah, there's all my ducks. Hi AC, how are you? Oh, my dinner's ready. Coming! Wait, are you talking about the stuff on the microphone? my normal size spoon. Today there's cabbage, celery, rice, chicken, sweet corn, peas and carrots in like a tomatoey base. Ghost is still having, well, we're still having internet issues, so we're going to call again in the morning. This does mean that I might have to cancel tomorrow's stream, so we'll see what happens. Shocking, right? Well, I wonder if we could actually try and set up the MetaQuest, because I'm not streaming from my computer, so we could try and see if we can set it up. I know, Zero. Oh my god, imagine if it was. That'd be massive. I guess some of us don't have to imagine. No, you don't. Oh my god. Yank, major tech issues. My internet won't. It just keeps cutting out. Like it's fine with the speed and everything, but it just keeps completely cutting out. And it's not OBS or anything. It's just the actual internet. So I was really sad, and they said that we have to call them again in the morning. It's fine. Okay, so I decided that I'm gonna do a SCUFFED stream from my phone. There's always a way. Yeah, it was stealing stream earlier. Right, Yanks? I guess what I could do is tomorrow I could enact one of those other days off that you guys gifted me. I can't really do it AC. The reason why is, let's say I was with BT. If I was with BT and my internet suddenly goes down, then people can Google BT outages in the UK, and they can see all the parts in the UK where reported outages are happening. So then it would pinpoint some kind of location. So that's why I never say who my internet provider is. Same if you have a power cut. Yeah, so some people have managed to figure out roughly where the streamers are. Even from things like figuring out the weather. Like say I suddenly had like a random storm and it was really bad. And then they can pull up the weather and be like sudden outbreak of storm has happened in Cornwall, England, and then people were like, oh yeah, that's where they are, because it's not happening anywhere else, and it's live, isn't it? Yeah, it's just some people have too much time. Some people are a bit scary. So, yeah, you got to be careful. So that's why I won't say who my ISP is. Kinetic troubleshooting, hitting it. That's another thing, yeah, Nivius. Like, with things like AI and stuff, like, people have... Okay, and I know this is in the city, but I remember, it just takes like one person. I remember this massive makeup influencer, she moved to London, and she took a photo outside her window, and she was so excited, and I used to walk down that street to go to work, and I saw it, and I was like, I know exactly which street you live down. And I saw another person, they were making a video, and they were super, like, they were just having a nice time, but in the background of the video was a road sign, like a street sign, so then you could see what street it was, and they had to do a thing like, it's not my street, we went somewhere else or something, but you know when you're like, yeah, of course you did. Unfortunately, there's some people who will do it. Yeah, so it's why I wouldn't want to stream with the blinds up. I can see out windows. It's too scary. My friends in Hawaii are always constantly reminded they live on an island, but other than in Australia, but Australia is an island. It's just really, really, really big. Not really. I feel like I just feel quite normal. Zero, like, why? As an example for me, say I put my password into something on stream. Yeah, exactly, striking. It just takes one person to be crazy. Just one crazy person. What they get out of it? Well, they can go find the streamer and they can kill him. Like, as a woman, that's so dangerous. Like, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Hi, Presently, how are you? The thing as well, though, Chris, you have to understand is, like, there's some people on the internet who, like, they see streamers and they convince themselves they're in a relationship with them. And then obviously they'll get rejected and they can't handle that. It's really scary, so. Yeah, right, Michael, it's so scary. Oh my god. No striking. What's his bag? Oh, that's such a nightmare. Oh my god. That singer, yeah, that's awful. That was so horrible. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people out there who are not okay. Now, that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of things that you can't flirt with the stream. You can't call me pet names because people start calling me pet names as if like I'm in a relationship with them, and I'm not. And I don't want anyone to get that idea that I am because it's weird. Yeah, it's scary. That was really tasty. Okay. What's my battery percentage at? 3. Okay. Okay, so if my battery's only at 3, then maybe we should unbox my MetaQuest. Oh my god, chat. I don't know how to find out. I'm using an old Logitech keyboard charger. My nose is running. I can't actually do it, Shadow. I can't do games where it moves when I'm not moving. It makes me feel very, very poorly. So I have to be very particular about what games I play. I'll just be sick. I won't even be scared. I think I'll just be sick because I tried it on my PlayStation VR, which I'm gonna have to get rid of. But that's okay. And I spent like an hour downloading Resident Evil, and I was so excited. And then I played it. I played the tutorial, and I was so physically ill. I couldn't believe how physically sick I felt. It was so bad. So I can't do it, I'm afraid. I've tried Beat Saber, yeah. So that's why I wanted to change out my PlayStation VR to the MetaQuest. It's because I have PlayStation VR and I liked Beat Saber on it, and I went to play more games and download more songs, and I didn't realise that you can only like get more songs by modding them. On the PlayStation you have to buy them, and I didn't know, so I was like, oh, I didn't know that, so it's okay. I'm gonna switch them out. Yeah, and it's like, it takes a long time for it to go. Oh my god, no, that's the thing though, Shadow. Like, I wouldn't even notice the aliens there. Screw this. This is, yeah, it's just disgusting. Yeah, so it's, I prefer, there's a lot of games that I do really like on the VR and I'm excited to play. Do you know though, I think that the move to getting those VR, I like, that circular treadmill. I like the idea of it, but I don't think it's quite ready yet. I saw that they were doing more stuff where it like attaches to your shoes and stuff, and I think that would be cool. I was like, I feel like okay, and then I feel it slowly building up as if I'm about to be sick, and then I feel it here for a really long. Like I feel like I'm gonna be sick. Looks so appealing, but I'm too scared of motion sickness. I always want to try VR painting. God, I used to have this VR painting company message me all the time, but I didn't quite understand like what they were kind of getting at with some of the stuff that they were messaging me about. But like, it's fine, it's whatever. But I think the VR painting is interesting because it's like complete 3D, right? Yeah, you just feel so sick. Like it just it's yay, Kings! Distracts you from how sick you feel. Yeah. Oh my god, that's exactly what it's like for me. Do you need a pad of runes to play VR in case you get tempted to run about? Usually, what I do whenever I play VR is I leave a gap under here, so if I need to, I can directly see the floor and I can see roughly where I am. And I've got this plastic mat on the floor, so I would know if I left the mat. I didn't clean all the brushes. I was running out of phone charge, so I ran over here to charge my phone. Hi, TMB. I'm having a really bad tech aura day, and my internet is not cooperating, so I'm streaming from my phone. I thought that you were American. Nope. I'm British, innit? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, innit? So what was I gonna do? There's a few games that I like. Oh my god, you guys always tell me the name of this game and I always forget. Red People. Red People VR game. Hi, Noonville, how are you? Super Hot. You might like Super Hot VR. That was really cool. I had such a great time playing Super Hot. Look! Thank you so much. She's found me hard for everything. Super Hot is cool. I know. Oh my god. So I messaged Throne because I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, what happens if my MetaQuest arrives and I'm on holiday? What am I gonna do? So I tried messaging Throne, be like, can you cancel this? Like fund it to me and I'll buy it and then I'll make sure that it gets here when I get back. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so scared it's not going to arrive. And then I was like, because I tried to look if I was going to order it myself. And it said it was going to, if I did, it was going to arrive on Friday. And I was like, oh my god, that's cutting it way too fine. Like, they still haven't ordered it. Because it's all automated, fine, whatever. So I was like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And then as soon as I sent that message, I got an email saying it had been ordered. And I was like, this is the end. I was like, I'm never going to get it. It's going to arrive while I'm gone. They're going to try and deliver it multiple times and I'm not going to be in. And then it's going to get sent back and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was like, I was freaking out, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, and then Throne replied and was like, sorry, once it's been ordered, there's nothing we can do, and I was like, oh my god, and then it arrived today. So, yeah, anyway, I was complaining about it, and it fixed itself. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Alex gave by Valve is said to be very good for VR. I haven't heard of that one. I've heard of you can redirect packages with. 19th stream of the day. Hi, Star Wars lady. It's Buttercup. That's me. Do you know, Queen? I've only ever I've only had really good experiences with every so far. My main pain point is Parcel Force. Oh, Parcel Force. They're awful. I'm nervous it's not going to be working, so we'll see. Excuse me. Raise your hand. All right, okay, cool. So I'm a little nervous because I checked my phone battery and it was on 2%. So I changed the charging cable. This isn't just bad tech aura. Yeah, no, this is my tech aura we're dealing with here. Right, I'm putting my stream up over here as well so I can see what's going on. Every time, it's cut out every time I've opened the next part of this Meta Quest. Maybe turn the stream off for 7 minutes so you can get more charge and try again. Oh my god, it's on 1%. It's dropped again. Just let me live my life. Is your PC not working? My internet's not working, Star Wars lady. So my internet keeps cutting out. It really is hating on me, isn't it? It's really, really hating on me. No, yeah, my internet's like bad. It keeps cutting out major. So like, I couldn't even stream properly. Okay. It's cutting out again. Ow! Stuck on 4. Oh yeah, Nivius. Oh, but then it would use so much data, wouldn't it? Because it would be like... I feel like it'd be worse. I don't know why. It says it's reconnecting to the chat. Okay, wait, I'll turn it off and let it charge for a little bit. I'm just that much of a force to be reckoned with. Okay, I've washed the makeup brushes. How long until she trumps over the internet? Yeah, maybe you should do a prediction as to when it's going to cut out. I'm sure it will. But the scuffed stream was fun. Thanks. How many makeup brushes are there in the studio? God, hundreds and hundreds. I have no idea. Hi Alexander, how are you? Okay. So all the makeup brushes I've just washed, I washed them with alcohol, so they're dry now, which means I can put them back in my trolley. And then that makes room for the brushes which are not dry. I like your outfit, thank you. So these are the brushes I just washed here. There are the ones which are done. These ones need to be washed next. So I put these away. I always thought this was how a brush washing stream would normally go, is I'm in the bathroom washing the brushes. So it's a good job I didn't start the stream today with the intention of trying to do a makeup look, considering all that's happened. Yeah, so I feel glad that I got some done, because today it was cutting out and I was like, I don't think it's going to survive. I think I'll try and do a stream where I'm just like, I could abort it if I need to. It's a bit more devastating when I've started doing a makeup look and then I abort it. Place for everything, and everything's in its place. I mean, I wish it was a bit more like that. Someone said, I was reading in my book, and I think the guy in the book was like, you're not a mess. The galaxy is a mess. Everything out there is a mess. You're just in tune with the cosmos. And I was like, damn right, that's exactly what I am. I'm in tune with the cosmos, and everything's a mess, and nothing has to be tidy. That's it, that's all it is. That's nice, yeah. No, man, just in tune with the cosmos. Brilliant, I know. I thought you guys might like that. I was like, oh, yeah, fair enough. Because it was kind of like, it was interesting. It was talking about like why humans want to be perfect when we're just imperfect creatures anyway. And he was like, evolution. And it did make a good point that a lot of evolution happens from mistakes. I was like, huh, cute. So it was a nice different perspective to read. I liked it a lot. Okay, fine. Oh my god, jackpot. What? It only took like me saying oi mate 19 times? How many more going live notifications did I need to give you? Oh, I was wondering what the noise was. I thought my PC was blowing up, but Ghost is using his coffee grinder. I was like, what now? Is it safe? Hi, Philip. Even I don't know. No idea. There we go. At least I have this nice organisation system on my brushes. Okay. It only took 8 notifications, but I'm here. Finally, adorable. Shaking. It's been a day. Good try. That's a really, isn't it a really, yeah, I picked out the doors, so I'm really happy with them. Don't ask about the door handle situation. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Do you like my tiles, Michael? I did them. Blood, sweat and tears. Did the tile myself. And I bought special tiles that if they get wet, they become even more anti-slip. I thought of myself. I'm looking at, and that's on self-care. I love your hair. Thank you very much. Thank you. It does, yeah, so this is why it was so difficult, look. Because everything lines up here and it's all mitered. And just for extra pain, points, look at my floor. It all lines up. It all lines up. And it goes all the way up. Everything all lines up. There's the super glue that got stuck. And it's been there for 9 months while I've been trying. I was hoping that it would dry out, and it doesn't. It doesn't dry out, chat. So what happened with the super glue was I couldn't get the lid off because it had super glued the lid off. It super glued the lid to itself. So I thought, okay, well, maybe you know when you start doubting yourself, like it's not a twist lid, it's not a pull lid, it's a twist lid. So I twisted the lid and then I pulled the lid entirely off. But then I realised I had pulled off the inside as well. But then the super glue that was there, that was a little bit wet, immediately dried and became so crusty that I couldn't get the lid back on. So by that logic, I thought if I leave the super glue somewhere unopen, leave it somewhere open, it will dry up. and I can throw it in the bin. It's been 9 months. I'm going to throw it in the neighbour's skip when they're not looking. But I was scared because when I was putting it there, I banged something and I dripped a little bit, like on I think on like a towel or something. And I was like, this is dangerous. What if I trip going down the stairs and I drop super glue everywhere? So I think I'm going to have to put it inside a container as if I've captured a spider and then bring that. Honestly, I made such a massive mess of the situation. Really big mess. Too strong. Yeah, pretty much. Pulled the whole thing off. And then where's my... We're super glued to the stream. Could you wrap it in toilet paper? I don't... It's the kind of super glue that it is. It reminds me of like water. You know, the really runny ones. If I wrapped it in toilet paper, it would just go straight through it and it'd still go everywhere, all over the floor. Hi, Ginger Chicken, how are you? I'm super glued to the stairs. Now what do I do? This is the part that takes the longest. Is freeing these brushes from the paint. Work has been busy today. What kind of busy? Stress busy, or you've been like on your feet busy? I'm having one of those really bad tech days. My tech aura knows no bounds. Today the internet's not working, so I was frustrated and I was like, well, I still want to stream because I want to stream. Anyway, so then I was like, well, I'll stream from my phone and I'll do a mobile stream. Then my phone was overheating and everything else, and then my wouldn't charge and all sorts. Macy's and stresses, everything has to be done this week. Oh no. Oh no, that's not fun at all. My favourite thing to clean is the toothbrushes because all the paint comes off it really quickly and really easily. The worst brushes to clean are the ones that have dark blue or black because the paint stays in the bristles. Yeah, so this is oh no. So this is my solution. My solution is I am washing the brushes. Do you have to use chemicals to get the paint off? Soap and water is usually fine. However, when it comes to the paint, to the brushes that have makeup on them, it's actually easiest to use. So, okay, so if you're going to be washing makeup brushes and you are a professional makeup artist, what you would actually have to wash them with is like minimum 100%, sorry, 99% alcohol to get all the gunk off, and then you'd have to swirl them in 70% because 70% alcohol doesn't dry as fast as 100. Well, I know it's not 100, but 99% isopropyl, which means it gives it enough time to become sterile. So if you were going to be working as a professional, that's what you do. I don't work as a professional and I only do my makeup on me. So I just, for the makeup ones, I just use the isopropyl because it's fast and it dries immediately. We're on the road today, yeah, Cassie, and we're in the toilet. Then lasts longer after sorry, it makes it last longer than others. After certain, I don't really notice, to be honest with you. Maybe it does. My old phone would overheat and I would set it on a cup of ice with a lid on it. The ice would melt, but the remaining ice would still float to the top. Huh. But ones that I use paint on just I just use soap and water. You've done more makeup than a professional makeup artist. I don't know about that. The difference is that they're trained in hygiene and I'm not trained in hygiene. That's the big scary thing. Because like I could very easily, without understanding, give someone like conjunctivitis. That's interesting. I always wonder if the paints were more stubborn. Yeah, so like some like cream paints, awful. But if I've got like eyeshadow or foundation on a brush, if I dip it in the isopropyl, fantastic, comes right off. I'm improvising. This, for those of you who are new, this is a really good example of when my community's like, you know, you don't have to stream, you can take a day off. And I'm like, how dare you use those words against me? I know, Caspian. Chat, what if I told you I've got another YouTube video on the way, but this time it's different. And I got the editor involved again. I was seconds away from sending it to my mods today because I was enjoying it so much and I just couldn't be the only one enjoying it. But I was worried about annoying them. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. Which editor? Jay Sams. You know, the one who edited the Zombie Boy one. He's so good. Off to throw out brushes? Me? Oh my god, no, I've got... God, we should count them one day. I thoroughly enjoy it. This one's not a makeup video. I asked Jay Sams to edit one of my gaming videos. Yeah, honestly, so stupid. The thing that makes me laugh about the video is throughout the stream you see me get slightly sweatier and sweatier. Yeah, doing a gaming one. I'm hoping, because you guys really like the Resident Evil one, and I know you always go back to that, so I was like, oh, it would be nice to do another one. And I don't really do that much gaming stuff, so I was like, oh, it would be cool to have sweaty gamer. This is all I ever do. Your light is flickering. Your power's going out. Have you played Phasmophobia? Because it could be something else. The uncensored one with the subtitles. Ghost. Ooh. Ethan! I was really scared of ghosts at some point. I was really scared that the ring was going to get me. Because ew, multiplayer, yeah, for sure. But you have platinumed it. Ignore the multiplayer part. That doesn't count. I feel like when games say that you have to have an achievement in a multiplayer and it's primarily a campaign game, it's mean. Really, Chris? I think when Paranormal Activity came out, it was really scary. I watched Paranormal Activity for the first time this year, and I didn't think it was scary. But I remember watching stuff when I was younger, and it like completely taking over my mind. I think because it was quite revolutionary for its time, and the idea and like the idea of CCTV and stuff, right? Because Ghost told me he thought it was absolute terror. He wouldn't even sit and watch. He wouldn't like enter the room while I was watching Paranormal Activity. But a lot of it seems silly, like when you watch it now. And it's the same vein as like, if you were to watch the original Exorcist now. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because it feels so real. Like, but when you watch the original Exorcist now, like, you're like, some women went into labour over this. But like, you watch it and you're like, there's no way. And it's just so interesting how you become so, like, immune to some stuff. I'm making a game called Ethan versus Patricia. I hope Patricia wins. All they do is jump scares now. Oh, really? I saw it was advertised. I got invited to this cool Conjuring thing, but couldn't go. After the first, and everyone gets... Yeah, exactly, right. It's like the first one is so terrifying. I remember seeing it advertised and thinking like, oh my god, no, I'd never. And then watching it now, I'm like... Okay. Yeah, right, AC. And I think as well, like, when you watch stuff now... do you know what? That's actually quite interesting, because I feel like I watch the stuff now and he's like recording it on that terrible... massive video camera. Honestly, the boyfriend in that, the thing that I couldn't get past was the boyfriend was a total bumhole. He was awful. I was rooting for the demon to kill him. And hello? Oh my gosh. Yeah, still bad. I think you're meant to just eat. I think you're meant to eat that, aren't you? Oh. Shall I? Stop it! That's really funny. Stop it! It's. Oh, it's the texture. Stop it! I'll go find out and I'll come back. I'll ask them. They might know. They eat ice cream more than we do. I'll come back with an answer. Ghost, this had an ice cream on the end, and Ghost said, "What is he supposed to do with this?" he says, "How am I meant to eat this?" And I said, "You just eat that." And he said, "It doesn't." So he's asking, "How do you eat this?" Are they stuck? Is that not meant to see? I don't know how to eat this. I can't believe I licked that. I'm allergic to dairy.
Apparently it's a British thing.
Apparently, Jack said it's a suppository. Oh, look, no. I've got it. You can squeeze them out. Look. Look at that.
Why is there a delay between eating my ice cream and eating...
What do you mean a delay? Because you've got
figure it out.
smarties.
What if one of them gets smashed up in there and gets stuck?
Well, I don't know. I think. See, you pushed the bucket with your tongue. You cabbage. No, I don't think it's meant to do that. No, it's nearly out. No, do it again. It's nearly out. Here, no, if you tip it in your mouth and I squeeze them What's that? There you go.
Shit, they're lying.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah, the internet's still bad.
Oh, you know.
Because I have that onto the internet, and I could see that it was.
Oh.
You can see here it cuts out. Look. If you watch her, it offers.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, bloody sweet.
God, the poor Annika. Yeah, the solution that we did, chat, was he just like that, and then I just squeezed it in his mouth. When his brother was here, he bought these ice creams, but he didn't finish them. And we found it in the freezer, and I was like, "Can you eat this?" And he was like, "Why don't you eat it?" And I was like, "I'm allergic to dairy, I can't eat it." It's kind of... Yeah, so then... And so I told him to eat it. I was like, "Yes, you have to eat this." And he was like, "But it's sweet." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I can't eat it out of the two of us. You have to be the one to eat it." And I tried to convince him to eat it 2 days ago, but he wasn't interested in eating it. You wonder why I didn't finish them? He was just like, "What a terrible design! How am I meant to get these out?" He's like, "I finished the ice cream. I would want these with the ice." Anyway. He came in and was like, "What do I do with that?" What am I expected to do with this? It's a net negative. No, I called him a cabbage because he tipped it upside down on the floor and squeezed it. They're all going to come out. More brush cleaning angles. Yeah, but I have to stream off for a second account. So you'd have 2 different streams going. Cleaning the paint out of the brushes, this is the one I don't like. That's the one I really, really don't like doing. Washing out the makeup is fine because it's quicker, but this one's tough. I usually get to the point where I try and like wash 4 brushes at the same time, especially when they're smaller ones. But for the bigger brushes, they hold quite a lot of paint, so they take quite a few rounds to clean. And my monitors too, gotta go. Best of luck, bye bye. Oh, really, Fuji? Why? Do you paint a lot? Nice that you can get it done on stream. Yanks, you're always so positive. I learned something, chat. SoCal, does that stand for South California? Because I thought SoCal was the name of an aesthetic. When people are like, "Oh, it's SoCal." Is that because I thought, because the reason why I put two and two together was because I saw someone write no cow, and I was like, it's just so California, which is like, that's how I thought, that's what I thought it was, is SoCal. Because it's SoCal, I know, like SoCal. And I couldn't believe, I also thought the same thing until someone, yeah, SoCal, that's so Raven, exactly. I thought it was like, that's just like such a California thing, it's like SoCal. So what does Soho mean to you? That's just a name, that's different. Because we have Soho here in the UK as well. Yes, because it reminds me of, is it Valet Girl? There's that, yeah. So like that kind of accent, the way that some people have spoken on TV shows. So I just assumed it was that. To then find out that it actually means south. I found this out, I think like 2 days ago via a Discord, and I was like, oh, oh, I've misunderstood this. What does your Soho mean? There's a place in London called Soho. What about SoCom? I don't know what that is. Whoever south is sus. South of Houston. I thought you had Soho in New York. Southern Operations Command, SOC. NorCal for... Oh, is it? I thought it said... Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that. Because, yeah, so I thought it was like, it was SoCal. Like, I just thought it was a thing. It's not. It's not a thing. No, Soho. Oh, sorry. I thought south of Houston. Is Houston Street in New York? I never questioned it being short for something. No, same. Like, that's just what it's called. I wouldn't have thought anything. I just never thought anything of it. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, well, maybe that explains that then for us, Queen, because I just thought it's the name of it, it's just called that. Yeah, there's just like a place in London called Soho. Like, I wouldn't expect, like Shoreditch. It's just like, well, it's just Shoreditch. It's just a place name. A nomenclature coined by urban planner Chester Rapkin in 1960s to give a distinct identity to the former industrial area. That's interesting. To say, I wonder where Flow Rider comes from, don't even, because when I saw Flow Rider for years, I did not make a distinction that that was short for Florida. That took me years. Again, I just accepted it. Do you know how long I called Dead Mouse 5? The problem is that I'm actually quite an accepting person. And sometimes it's got drawbacks. And don't lie, the name Soho is derived from the old 16th century hunting cry, Soho, which was used when the area was open for fields used for hunting. That used to be fields? Bloody hell, that's built up a lot, isn't it? Christ, that's where I got my first tattoo. Some underground. Dodgy looking. That seems too recent. Yeah, it's so built up. Jesus Christ, how hard did the Industrial Revolution hit? Hi, what the helly hey, double D's. I have a very, very bad tech aura, and I've had major tech problems today. So my internet doesn't really want to work on my PC. Well, basically my internet doesn't work. So I'm streaming from my phone in the toilet, washing my brushes. I don't know. Nice bathroom. Thanks, I tiled it myself. I actually have no idea, Queen. To be honest, I actually don't. I've never thought about it. Oh gosh, I'm so annoyed because I bought this book I was telling you guys about with the ferret. I bought this book because I thought it's interesting. It's called The Greatest Nobodies of History, and I thought it was going to be like people who invented stuff and they're not really credited for things. That's the impression I got, right? And I read the reviews. The reviews were like, "Oh my god, it's so funny and so factual at the same time. And I've just had the best time with it. Oh my god, the writer is so funny." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I bought the book, $6.99, and I started reading it. And each chapter focuses on a different part of history. And when I say focuses on a different part of history, I mean because my Kindle does it in like time left in chapter based on my reading speed, and it said 25 minutes. And I had 25 minutes left of a chapter of him pretending that he was in the mind of a ferret. After that chapter, after that segment, I get 4 pages of facts about what that was about. And forgive me, but I even spoke about this with my therapist today, who said that's an obscene amount of time to be discussing that. Maybe like a page or 2. Look how much conversation we got out of it. I haven't finished it yet, Queen, so there'll be more to come. So oh my god, right, Yanks. So I've decided to scan read that part now. I haven't really been reading that part properly. I've just been skimming towards the facts. Because the other book I was reading was it was getting a bit heavy, and it was making me feel sad. So I was like, I'm going to put this book to the side for a moment. Further book, yeah. So I read yesterday. I finished Notes on a Nervous Planet, and I started and finished another book. It was really short. It was mostly floor plans. Strange Houses. So who were the nobodies? The ferret. No, Yanks. That's the note. Can you see why I'm a bit annoyed? I'm a bit annoyed about this book. Walking down the corridor. I know there are 50 in the series, but I felt like that was... Yeah, no, I'm feeling that way about this one. I was on such a high because I was like, oh my god, I've like read 6 books this year, and normally I would read maybe like an article in a year. So I was feeling really like, wow, I'm reading And I was really proud of myself. And then I came across that and I was like, okay. We'll split into 2 pieces. Good night, Kings. Thanks for bearing with me today. So Strange Houses. Okay, I thought not every book is going to be the best book. No, but I thought it was going to be better because I read the reviews and people were like, "Oh my god, it's so good!" And I was like, "I want to read a book that's like so good." So I tried to read it and I was just sat there like, I'm in disbelief. I'm in pure disbelief. I read Strange Houses, the Jewish-Japanese Sexton Cookbook for how to raise wolves, the Mad Misadventures of the Hollywood's most celebrated refugee, Jack Douglas. I took it out, but then there was like the record I had checked this book out. And what if it was late or I lost it? I'd be fine for this book. So I thought best to just leave it on the shelf. Buy one off eBay, then they can't check. A character would cook a meal in every novel, but the author would basically write it as ingredients and cooking instructions in depth. What a strange... Huh. Interesting. What was I... Yeah, so I bought Strange Houses because it was apparently it was about... They were looking at floor plans and finding strange... And I was like, cool. Didn't know it was about a serial killer family. And so I read that and was like... What? So that was unexpected. I thought I was just going to learn about architecture, but no. No. I'll just wonder about the contents. Go on, Fuji, live a little. Yeah, get someone out. Tell somebody that you really want. Confine in someone that you really want it. Or buy the book and be like, oh my god, my friend won't stop talking about this book. Blame a friend. Say it's me. Be like, oh my god, I'm buying this book because this weird streamer mentioned it. She, like, last time she read this book and it was about a ferret. Be like, yeah, she mentioned this one. Blame it on me. And make sure you tell everyone that you're buying it for someone else. You're like, yeah, next time another TwitchCon comes around, I'm gonna have to give it to this really weird streamer. Fuji, what if I read it? And then I can relay the contents to you. Like how Zero watched About Time. And then we had a discussion about it. Manifest. We used to have book club. Do you remember? Maybe you weren't around for that book club. I used to read for 10 hours a day, out loud. Then wondered why my voice hurt. I think I missed book club. Damn, book club turned into movie night. That's when movie night was born, because I think people felt sorry for me trying to read so much. And they were like, maybe we should watch a film instead. And I was like, If we have a book club, do we have to flirt with Captain Marvel? No, I think you'd be fine. It's built-in book club. Is it? If everyone here washed one brush, we'd be done. No, I really don't like washing my brushes. Oh, so chat. Because I am having internet difficulties and we have to deal with the provider tomorrow on the phone, and they might end up doing a site visit. To pay again, knowing that this so yes. Oh my god, when I see they're all clean, I'm like, oh my god, who is she? My god, I'm so on top of everything. I'm like so organized. I clean my makeup brushes because I'm just like that girl. But I stand here now like so I said to chat earlier, if the internet is still busted tomorrow, I will use tomorrow as another designated day off. You know how you guys bought me some days off by tipping the mods? And then the next day, I know, then I'm like I guess you can't just use your mobile as a hotspot. I would be reluctant to because of the amount of data it probably use. I'd probably run out really quickly. Might confuse the internet people if they turn up and then you're a yellow demon. Yeah, I really think it would. Yeah, so would you take a day off? I mean, I'd definitely find something to do. So I'm not just going to sit there. Although this whole weekend I played games, I read books, and I did gardening. That's what I did all weekend. I think that's pretty good for me. I played Split Fiction with Ghost. So that'll be my plan. If it doesn't work again tomorrow. Thank you, not bad. Did he like it? Yeah, he did. He didn't like the fantasy stuff as much though. But I think that's the same as I, because I prefer the sci-fi stuff in the game. I definitely think Mio had the cooler stuff, but that's because I was more interested in it. Whereas some of the fantasy stuff, I was like, it's not really for me. I thought the dragons were cool. Some of the fantasy stuff I didn't mind. I didn't quite like the fantasy bit with the monkey and Groot. I was like, meh. But I don't think it was bad. It's just that I prefer the other stuff. Because like, it's not my thing. But Zoe's more of a children's writer. What is going on this stream? Everything's broken, so I'm washing my brushes in the toilet. Oh my god, that was so funny. Sometimes I was sad because he plays games downstairs and I play upstairs, and I was like, oh, it would have been nice to have seen his face. Yeah, it was cooler. Yeah, definitely. He really liked the dentist scene too. I liked the dentist scene a lot. I think next, Ghost and I will finally complete Dead Island 2. Did you ever get the ink art stains out? Get the ink art stains out of what? Key question. I did get them off mostly off the bottom of the shower tray. I think they do come off after a while. It just takes a little bit of like, but as an example, this had ink art on it, and that used to be white. It's just stained. This had ink art on it. It's stained. Like it's not gonna come out. Oh, the shower. Yeah, I got it off the shower. Didn't get it off the brushes. Look, there's an ink art one. You can see how rich it is in pigment. I like Dead Island 2, it's fun. Yeah, I really like Dead Island 2. The only reason why I was reluctant to play more was because I was playing it with Ghost, and we didn't get a chance to play for a long time, so I've just been waiting. Yeah, look, it's like runs like ink, like trying to wash it out. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So I don't like using it too much. I'll go get my water from the table in a sec. Yeah, like I can rinse it, and this is how I check. I run it over my hand. You see how the blue water comes out? And it will just keep doing this for ages. Not a thing there. No. I knew of Forbidden Planet, more of a thing. I think I've been in like 2 comic book shops ever in London. We're cleaning all of them. Well, all the ones that are left to clean. Oh my god, that sounds so terrifying, Suru. I see why it takes... Yeah, exactly. Can you see why I get really annoyed to clean them? Ah, see, it's still coming out blue. You've been at this a minute. I had to have a break from it because my phone was running out of battery. And then... So I had to charge my phone. And then... Yeah. But I got a discount at the other one. It's smurfing. It really, honestly, yeah. Let's go get some water. Oh my gosh, what if I just sit here and then never go back? Whoa, my charge is on 77%. We believe in the 7. That's crazy, Hulk. I've never seen one like that before. There's one shop I've seen that sells only board games ever. It's like Orc something in London. Hi, Sport there. How are you? I think a lot use Whatnot for sales rather than brick and mortar. Sorry, what? Whatnot is super popular. What's Whatnot? I'm going to update my title to not have the donor alert in it because it's mean. Whatnot is like stuff, like merch. Oh, Whatnot is a site where people live stream and do like auctions for stuff. The live shopping marketplace. Shops sell and connect around the things that you love. Wait, so it's like TikTok shop, but like their lives? Whoa. You have to download it, so it's an app. Wow, become a seller. Discover why sellers should make more selling your way. It's exciting to sell live on Whatnot, where customers make 10 times more transactions compared to other peer-to-peer marketplaces. Reach a huge audience of enthusiasts who make it easy. Sell with joy. Sell your products. Host a show and chat with your audience in real time. Auction off items. Sell items at fixed prices or with a buy it now feature, or run giveaways. What the hell? This is so interesting. I've never seen this before. Oh, really? I've never seen this. That seems interesting. I mean, it feels like a combination of TikTok Shop and QVC, but I know QVC is like a lot of stuff that you see on TikTok Shop. But with QVC, a lot of people got addicted to it, didn't they? And like watching something live and becoming obsessed with it, like, oh my god, I could buy this item right now. That's pretty interesting. Imagine live streaming. Yeah, it feels like live stream eBay. No, I've never heard of it. Yeah. Do giveaways and auctions through it. In a wetsuit on there? What does the wetsuit look like? Grey and blue arms. Oh, that's the Playmates one. That's, yeah. It supposedly should come with one of two backgrounds. There's two different ones. So this is from 1998, yeah. That one will, yeah, it's a Playmates one. They're not too expensive, to be honest with you. Yeah, exactly, Space Tiger. You'd have to, a kind of a brick wall. Yeah. $44 of card gaming areas too, where there's one from town. See, I think we've got more board game cafes are becoming more popular. But yeah, I think I bought mine for like 25 quid. So it's interesting that they've got some stuff on there. But if it's more popular in the US, I'd have to pay an extortionate fee, wouldn't I? And stick some comics on there, yeah, be cute. Yeah, there's more like $20, yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I've never seen Whatnot. I've never seen this before. It's pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, chat. So, the landscape guy didn't turn up. People overpay by a lot. They probably overpay out of panic as well, right? Damn, I know. Yeah, Michael. The thing that gets me, I feel I try to be really understanding about a lot of it, but the thing that gets me is he told us he was sick the moment he was meant to arrive. So he was meant to, he normally gets here at like 8:30 in the morning, and at 8:30 he texts being like, I can't come today. But I don't understand why. He must have felt worse before that, unless he woke up late, which from what he tells us, he doesn't. He wakes up really early. So I'm like, why didn't you say something earlier? Because Ghost was like downstairs ready and waiting for him. He was like, he'd been outside on the ride over, yeah. Was his football team playing? God knows. That's the thing that annoys me, because I had another situation with another tradesperson where, so when Ghost and I were renovating this place, it's like an hour's drive from my parents, and we got here and arrived, and after 30 minutes, like, they were meant to be here. They text us saying there's been an emergency, right? Completely understandable, and that they couldn't come. Okay, no problem. But then I found out the day after that they knew they couldn't come the day beforehand. So I just don't understand why they didn't say anything the day before. To be like, I can't come tomorrow, something's come up, so sorry, we'll explain later. You don't even have to explain to me. But they, so then like Ghost and I remember we got here and we were just like, there's nothing we can do. We're just going to have to turn around and go home. This is the stuff that really annoys me. I'm like, why didn't you say anything? There's someone that always calls sick the Friday before a bank holiday, like clockwork. I knew somebody who would call in sick every Friday, and this was insane. Every single Friday, and then you'd see them in like Sunday night. Had such a fantastic time in Turkey. Can't believe I'm going back to work tomorrow on Instagram. And then the week after, be like, they'd be in Paris. The week after, they just spent all their time doing like these quick trips. What's your phone charge at? Good question. 7? I've been going through it. I took off sick and my boss was on the same train as me on the way to Chicago. Oh, Michael. It's interesting. Some people are wondering if like these are AI bots that are like leaving hate comments on me. And I actually think that's quite an interesting. I've been thinking about that for a while. It seems quite interesting. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. And it feels like why would someone put that on me? I mean, Richard Head. No, Michael, I made that name up because I deleted the comment. I forgot the username. No. Oh, sorry, I'll try and keep. No, so I deleted the Yeah, so okay. I have someone who goes through my YouTube accounts and deletes the comments, right? But sometimes they show me. I ask what I could have used, and then I'll use those. It does feel real. Yeah, so I think it's interesting. But like, why are they aiming at me? Like, I don't understand. So sometimes I'll redo a username because I don't know what the username was because we deleted it. Like they've been banned, like off YouTube or blocked or something. So sometimes I'll remake a thing, but I know full well that if they had a look at my other account, they'd probably see it and recognize that they said something. But I did it, yeah. So sometimes I don't remember. So sometimes I just make a random username. So I can see why that looks like it, but no, I'll do those if the comments bit, if it's gone, and then I'm like, oh, actually, I'd like to just roast that person. Yeah, I feel like beforehand, the dead internet theory seemed like something that wasn't plausible, but like seeing more stuff now, it kind of, there's no way there's this many foolish people, surely. Creating fake humans is just cheat, like the AI bots. Commenting on my stuff. I don't know if they are. Part of me, I don't know. There was one that I saw today, and I did screenshot that one because I thought it was funny to use on another one. And I screenshot it because I was like, I don't really want to delete it. I wonder if that's why everybody thinks that you're AI. I don't know. I can understand people putting AI bots on my stuff to be hateful. But yeah, I'm not sure. It seems I don't know what I was going to say. Yeah, I put another one on my other thing, and the thing that I found fascinating about that was like they look like a real person. They follow me, and they have art in their username, and I was just like, and I read their bio because I was just looking. I was considering doing a David Attenborough style comment on the thing, like a voiceover. I was just looking at it, and the bio was like, "Just here to try and make the world a better place." And I was like, by commenting hate stuff. But again, like I can't tell. I was discussing this with someone the other day, that I think what's becoming really frustrating now is, as someone who's been on the internet quite a lot, I felt like it was really obvious what was real and what was fake, and now even I'm struggling. But I'm struggling to figure. Even I can't tell what's real and what isn't sometimes, and I really don't like that, because I feel like it's only for people who are less aware. It's everything's becoming so much more believable. Because I'm finding something believable. I'm looking at this stuff and I don't know if these people are real or not. Like I can't tell. Yeah, it's super frustrating. But I was mentioning yeah, so I was mentioning in the Discord that what's even more frustrating is when you read things like the news. It's almost like you're having to do extra work to find out what news is actually real and what isn't. Because it feels like some of it you have to try and find the actual, like, find what's actually happening, because they do a lot of stuff for like. Hello, sorry. I think a lot. I was just saying that I think a lot of stuff is like trying to be shocking headlines, but in doing so, it makes it hard to